chop on me down, buzzing.
When you're juggling, bruh.
When you're juggling all these viewers.
Angry streaming it, Skilo.
Hard to keep track. Like bump. Got this chop on me that I'm busting.
What are you doing?
Wheel it. Okay. Welcome.
Let me know when you're live.
To the episode of I'm live right now. I just need to change the title.
You're live right now?
I'm live.
Yeah, Angry's tripping in the background, guys.
I just need
Don't
to
mind
change the title. Dun, dun, dun. I had a full cup of
Bayo is
No, I forgot to save the no.
Bayo shark do 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 do. Hello. Oh, Bayo's dead. Do we have a BCS angry?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Wait, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think we do.
At probably like 9 Eastern, I would assume, or not, probably 10 Eastern, huh?
Let me check. I mean, so there's PESL, and then I have my own omelet arcade thing that I gotta do.
Damn.
Why is everything on a Sunday?
Angry is your Twitch. I'm angry, just that's it.
I am angry, yes.
I mean,
no underscores or anything?
I'm no underscores, no apostrophes.
Alright, here we go.
Hey,
join the raid.
Bayo, do we have a BCS?
I think so.
Okay. What time is that?
I think it's 6 Eastern.
6 Eastern. Okay. So
Pretty sure. In like 2 hours, right? Yeah.
Okay. I could play in that. I just can't play PESL.
Alright.
Yeah.
Rating.
So it's in 2 hours? God damn.
Yeah. It will be after the podcast.
Just won the 4th game in a row. Crew challenge, sub pump right now. Congrats. Currently 148. I need to get more kills then. I gotta start fragging out. So I can move up and be a higher placement. This chopper on me that I'm busting. Yeah.
Hello, Bot Jukes.
Oh my gosh, dude.
This dude is
he's in his
in
car.
The car. He's in the car.
Get out in the
The
car.
car, dude. Full attack. Ready to go.
Are you doing the podcast in your car, Hot Jukes?
Oh, dude, we cruising and casting, dude. That's how we do it, you know?
Cruising and casting.
Cruising and casting. That's how we do it, dude. I'm cruising in the pod, which is a Silverado.
In the pod.
Ready to go.
Oh my god.
In the pod on the cast.
What is happening, guys?
Insane nation.
The light has not turned green. His blinker is still on. I repeat, his blinker is still
Dude,
on.
these are the hazards, bro. I'm still at the farmer's market. We're just packing up everything.
Oh
my god, this dude said.
Man's at the farmer's market.
This dude said, I will be ready at
I'm just at the
2:30.
farmer's market. You know what, guys? You know what? Here's the thing, dude. At 2:30, see, you go by different kinds of time, dude. If you knew what my life was, bro, like, look, I'm just a little farmer from Texas, okay, dude? You know, and in the farm life, you know, just sometimes just takes a little longer than normal, you know. That's the way it goes.
That's the way it goes in the farm life.
Gotta be
This dude.
Quick on your toes. Quick on your feet.
Do you
You gotta be quick on your feet, man. That's why I'm so good in the game, dude. Like, if a bull rushes you, bro, you gotta move. You can't just stand there.
You gotta juke.
Do you have?
You got a juke,
do you
man.
raise Hot Jukes?
What?
Do Do you raise farm animal?
Yeah, man. I got about 30 head of cattle.
30.
30
Damn,
head of
that's a
cattle.
lot.
Jeez.
Isn't a cattle worth like thousands of dollars?
It varies, on the size, the breed, also the time. So the market can vary. There's certain times where different ranchers will be buying it at a bulk price.
How to be
So
a
we
farmer
just kind of like.
with hot juice.
Right, how to be a farmer 101. Yeah, I'll take
But,
notes.
I mean, there's a lot to it, man. Raising cattle, especially if you're gonna raise quality cattle, it's a lot of work for sure.
But he's selling his fermented grape juice.
That means.
Somebody said
This dude's actually sitting here with the blinker on.
VG
Yes.
Con Conic
Huh?
Connective. Wow, okay, I get your name now. He said, "Will you join a different team once your contract is over?"
We're gonna go for the
Okay.
I mean, I don't plan on joining a different team when my contract is over, but at the same time, we never know what kind of opportunities will arise around that time. So,
Okay.
yeah. So,
We'll be figuring it out.
yeah, it's all being figured out. Yeah, but as of right now, yeah, we really just don't know.
I don't want to. Yeah, dude.
Dude, I don't want to do it anymore, dude.
No,
But
I
it's
got
something
you.
to keep your eye on.
Stop mute.
Hot juice and his blinker.
Right in his
Juice.
blinker. This is the ASMR Hot Juice Blinker stream.
Are off. We are
Blinker
good to
juice.
The real
go,
talk
dude.
is right now, dog.
Blinker
Dodge.
juice,
I always say
dude.
dog. I don't know why. Dodge. It's right now though. This is it. This is the real talk. This is the PPP.
Oh, we did it. We out of here. PPP, ready to go. Let's go.
I have to
All
change
right.
the title of on YouTube. Sorry, hold on, YouTube guys. I forget.
Yo, dude, whatever happened to all the photos that we took at Star?
I have a lot.
Yeah, I have a whole lot.
Dude, I'm telling you. Dude, where's the official PPP picture?
I have the picture of me and you.
Yeah. Do we ever take one with me and all of y'all?
Probably not all of us.
That's a high quality rib, dude.
That's why I went around on the last day. I was like, nope, taking a picture of you. Come here.
Come here.
And,
Come here.
made everyone do it.
That's how you do it, man. That's how you do
Picture
it.
with the
Are
power
we-
banger and the seven world.
Yeah, I
How
took
are we
one
doing
with
this
them too.
podcast?
Exclusive.
Are we
Power
like
biz.
answering viewer questions or?
Yeah, there's viewer questions, stuff that just kind of comes up in the conversation, and
That is correct. Bayo is correct. Baby Bayo is right.
I gotta change the thing to just
So,
chatting
dude,
as well.
Let's talk about it, dude.
all right.
Star
So-
Challenge. What is it? 9 days? 10 days away? Somewhere around there?
We'll be there in 12 days. We'll be flying in 12 days.
That's crazy, dude.
It's
Yep.
insane.
Who's
Yeah,
that?
dude, it's crazy.
Who's
I'm
that?
so
Is that like
excited
8
for
now?
you.
Like,
Bayo's not going.
Poor Bayo.
Don't worry.
Bayo. Okay. We need to talk about that right off the bat, dude. Bayo, I got one question for you, right?
How?
How, dude? How are you not going? Please explain.
Bro.
He's
Man,
biggest
you
nub
know,
in A.
school. Biggest nub in A. There you
It happens
Dude,
sometimes. bro.
talk about the hardest choke, dude.
The hardest joke, bro.
This man turned around and ran straight into the blue zone, dude.
Straight
Outta
to the
here,
blue, bro.
Oh my gosh, dude. Give me the breakdown, bro. Give me the breakdown of how this
I'm
decision came.
breaking it down.
Break it.
Basically, I'm doing really bad in school. My
Okay.
parents were not having this whole idea of me missing like 10 days of and I'd be missing like Thanksgiving too, is over that.
There's gonna
Yeah,
be
that
thousands
thing,
of
by the way.
Thanksgivings in your
I know,
future.
but like my parents were really not having it.
You can't miss this one
So
Thanksgiving
Mama and
for the
Dad said
opportunity of a lifetime.
And basically my parents are in a position to prevent me from getting a passport in time, and that's essentially what would have happened.
no, how's that possible? You can go get.
Well, I need to
Man
like.
doesn't even know his own social security number by heart.
I do have that.
Oh
I have,
my
but
gosh! She said, "My
you-
mom won't tell me my social, dude." And I got
No, I have it. I have that. But I don't have my birth certificate. I don't like physically have it. And like,
Oh my
I don't
Get
know.
that yourself as
Dale,
well.
This is why you call Papa Jukes, bro. And Papa Jukes will give you the instructions on what to get done.
Exactly. It
Jesus.
all could have happened
I
without
will tell
without
you,
your
okay,
parents.
Why do you
here's
have
what you do.
scissors?
I don't know. They were
Here's
just
what I
there,
would
so I
tell
just
you
picked
to
them
do,
up.
Vale. Go. All you gotta do is go to the courthouse, right? They'll give you your birth certificate on the same day for like the cost of like less than $20.
Yeah, it's like $21.
Then what you do is you go into the interweb, right? You find out where your local government passport office is in your state, which
Yep.
could be like me, 4 hours away.
Rip.
So you drive 4 hours to that. You make an appointment. You drive 4, right? You give them your birth certificate, all the information, and they give you a passport. Same day.
Then you got your same day?
Same day.
Damn, I got mine in 2 days.
You don't wait 2 weeks, 3 weeks, nothing like that. You just go
Nothing like
drive
that.
straight to the passport office, and you get it the same dang
Same friggin' day.
same friggin' day, dude. Easy peasy. Nah, but you know what, dude? I mean, honor your father and mother, right, man? They don't believe it's good for you. They have a bad feeling about it, and if you're in alignment with it,
Said
then
document
it's
agent
understandable. But for me, it's just at the same time, it is a very rare opportunity. But the big thing too is, what are you going to college for, man?
Computer science.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Sounds so sad right now, man.
Jesus
I
Christ,
am
Vale.
sad.
So here's the thing, right? I'm trying to give you my perspective on it, right, Vale? Is
Put the scissors down.
Alright, put the scissors down. So let me give you the a little lowdown on it, right? It's just you have to look at what's the American dream these days, right?
Okay.
And this is where I think a lot of where a lot of parents get it wrong, right? The American dream is, you go, you get a job, you make enough money, you support your family, and you're able to live and sustain a good life, right? And a lot of parents see that as going to college, getting a good job, and able to do that, right? But here's the issue. Nowadays, you don't need a college degree, right? In all honesty, the path to an American dream, in my opinion, is through entrepreneurship. That's where all the real money is. In
I don't
owning
care
your
about
own
the
business.
American dream necessarily, dude. I just want to make some
But-
money playing games.
That's what I'm talking about.
I would, yeah, I know. I wish I could have. And Angry, you need to freaking
make
shut
money.
up.
The potential to make money in video games, right? And running your own business and that is by far none anything than working a job as an IT tech person, getting a computer science degree, bro. I know people with computer science degrees that are managers at Popeyes, dude, making $40K a year, which is fine. I mean, they like chicken, $40K a year. They got a little apartment. It works good for them. But
Oh my
if
God.
you're looking to do something more, go do something else, dude.
Bro, you're shaving on the stream right now.
Oh, I'm done. No way, bro. What is he shaving?
He's got his camera
Damn,
on.
look at
He's
that widow's
freaking
peak, Doug.
shaving.
I'm gonna get a haircut right before we leave.
I was like, I know this man has no hair on his face. What's happening, dude? What is he
He
shaving?
does.
Tell me. Oh
Alright.
my gosh.
We're gonna skip over the whole Star Challenge thing. It's what's done is done. I can't go,
Yeah,
and it's nothing that you
Done
can
deal.
change now.
Yeah, I know. It's all good,
But,
man.
like-
But you know what? We're gonna miss you out there. That's all I know.
I know.
Thanks.
I'm gonna miss you too, but I'll give you a smooch when you come.
big
There you go.
big
Who's
wet
gonna ID up
smooch.
for you guys?
That's a fat ever fury,
Fat ever Fury.
right? I mean, he is
Nice.
idealing when I'm not there, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Correct.
There you go.
We should
go.
get a cutout of Beowulf for Dubai.
Yeah.
Someone.
Yeah.
To give
bring
y'all,
up-
hey, so right when y'all
Get a
guys
fat
are starting
head
to
of him.
die or lose, you're just gonna zoom is just gonna look up and just see it, and he's just
See
gonna
Bale
become
and get-
enraged, you know?
He's gonna get
Like in the
inspired.
anime stuff, you know? He's gonna be like, not my Bale, and just go off. That'd be hilarious.
So, what do you think about Cloud9 in that situation?
Cloud.
Yeah, the whole Cloud9
Nice, dude.
situation.
Oh, it's Cloud. I mean,
Yeah, the
It's
Discord is kind of
honestly-
lagging a little bit for me. I don't
it's
know.
good for everyone that plays competitive. Just the
I
fact that big
think so too.
esports- Yeah, like I don't care who is Cloud9. Like right now is Sam, Kata, and them, but it's like just the fact they're coming in. That means TSM, all those other big ones, they're gonna have a look
They're all
also.
gonna be interested now.
Yeah.
They're not just gonna look over PUBG Mobile.
Yeah, we're actually gonna
And
get
the other thing is with these big orgs coming in, I don't know how they're gonna do their signings and stuff, but I would imagine they're gonna do like not a year-long contract off the bat, right? So after Dubai and everything, I think a lot of things are gonna change because a lot
Oh yeah.
a
The
lot of
whole competitive
companies,
scene is gonna flip.
yeah,
Well,
gonna be a lot
that's
of
what I don't remember if I talked to you about it, Zute, but I've been saying it a lot from the start. I was like, right before even Star Challenge started, when people were barely started getting their teams, I was like telling everyone, I was like, dude, I was like, you have no idea how much this is going to change the game. I was like, you're going to see people that have been in clans forever gone, you know? You're going to see teams that have been together forever split up, you know? I was like, you're going to see so much jumping around like crazy and all this kind of and you know what, dude, it's already starting, you know?
yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
that especially after Dubai, it's only going to get crazier. I mean, as far as Cloud9 coming into the fold, like you said, I think it is great for competitive because it's just like, all right, you know, now PUBG Mobile serious, baby, we in it, you know? And, but I mean, oof, all the logistics for that to happen and everything else, I mean, I don't even want to get into that, you know?
Oh yeah, a lot of shit's gonna happen. I don't even know like how it's gonna play out, but it's gonna be. It's like
It's gonna be
Ross
amazing.
Apocalypse.
It's gonna be
I mean,
it's
if
gonna
I'm
be so
not
awesome.
lying,
Nothing bad's gonna happen at
sorry.
all. It's gonna go. It's gonna be so smooth. You know,
Oh,
no
man.
no friendships are gonna be lost. No hearts are gonna be broken.
Bruh, no.
Okay.
Hearts are gonna be.
Oh man, I think you already. I mean,
Tears are
man,
gonna be
just look at
shed.
everything. I
It's
mean,
gonna
you're
be a
already
free
seeing
for
all
all.
this crazy shit going on.
Sign
I
me,
can only
sign
imagine
me.
What's gonna happen, you know?
Sign me.
Cloud9, please.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Freaking C9, dude.
C9. I wonder who's
I
gonna
think
be
it's
the next
nothing but
one.
good news.
No, yeah, it's great news.
Let me
Like,
ask you this. Let me ask you this, guys. Would y'all have taken that deal?
Would we what?
Would y'all have taken that deal?
Take IGLs? I can't hear the question.
A deal.
would we have taken that
That
deal,
deal?
like the C9 deal?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Well, yeah. Well, I mean,
Cloud9's
okay.
a dream, dude. That's
It
literally a dream.
depends. It depends
Compared
on
to-
what's in the contract, right? But yeah, C9
Well, you know,
is
I'm pretty
probably one of
sure
the
you're-
biggest.
I'm pretty sure you already know, right?
But the C9 contract, I actually don't.
Yeah.
I haven't
Oh,
bothered to.
I
add.
know.
Oh, I know.
I was talking to Carnage about it yesterday.
Hey,
and
don't
I-
Yeah, he
You
likes
know,
to talk
like-
about it.
What do you mean that's the
No,
Cloud9 team, bro?
I don't live alone. I wish I did.
No, I know, but you don't want to be saying like you know, just say I heard info.
No, we weren't talking about me joining.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
That was not the conversation.
I'm not worried
But,
about any of those
We were just
teams.
talking. We were talking about kind of what we're talking about now, just like literally like the way I describe it is like future of PUBG Mobile esports, and I don't know, it's gonna be crazy. He
Yeah.
said that he's researched it. He's predicting like 400,000 viewers on the Dubai stream.
400K
Mhm.
viewers on the
Apparently,
Dubai
like-
stream. Oh
like
my God.
a moderate estimate is like 250,000 or something.
It's insane.
Yeah, I mean,
bro.
I think it's gonna be massive. I mean, you got literally Dubai posters in the game, you know?
Yeah.
like,
So
I think
there's
gonna be a lot
millions
eyes
of
people
players,
looking at
like,
mobile.
yeah. Millions
Yep,
of
they're all
players
gonna wanna
every
check
single
this
day see that Dubai stuff. More
Oh,
and
yeah,
more
this is-
every
this-
day
this
that
is
like
something else. Sorry.
No, you're
This is
good.
something else I mentioned a few times on my own stream, but like the other reason why PUBG Mobile is gonna be huge for like Cloud9 and all this other shit is because the mobile market is huge outside North America. This is like a big
Uh-huh.
chance for all these NA esports orgs to get like major clout and features overseas, like say in
Yep.
India. Like India has a fucking
Yeah.
collegiate esports league already for PUBG Mobile. I'm talking about like 30 plus universities. They have a whole like collegiate circuit and league set up already. So you throw
That's
like
insane.
Cloud9
dude.
on
Easy
that,
clap.
and then that's like hundreds of thousands of people who are in India that watch and follow the PUBG Mobile scene, and they're just exposed to like the Cloud9 brand and etc. So it's like
Mhm.
it's
Kaboom.
gonna be really big.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy. Yeah, it's gonna be so big, and yeah, that's definitely why I believe that they took their chance and are stepping into the scene, and it's a big move, bro. And a lot of the other organizations are gonna see it, and once they see the numbers and the results of Dubai, they're all gonna hop on as well, and you're gonna start seeing TSM, FaZe, I'm sure, maybe even Optic. Like you're gonna see all the big name organizations, trying to acquire a mobile team because mobile is the future of gaming. There's so many
I
more
agree.
people on
I
mobile
agree.
than
I
there
mean, I
is on
can't wait to see what
console and
happens with
PC.
it. Yeah, wait till these newer phones come out that are going to get only better and better and better with the newer technology. It's going to get easier and easier and easier to run these kind of games for extended periods of time.
And the
You know,
games
I'm
are
really
only going to
looking
get
forward to
better.
see
Like
what it
when has there ever been a mobile
does.
game this smooth? Like
None.
so they're only going to get
None that I know of.
increasingly
Vainglory
better.
was pretty damn smooth.
But Bangalore is a MOBA, and that's way different. Like there's not that's like bird's eye view,
easy.
like not
Yeah.
not first
Less
person. Like
processing required.
yeah, like I know they have a lot of animations and everything, but like still with yeah, I just think like the other games that I even tried out like since playing PUBG Mobile, like I didn't play any other shooter games on mobile, but since I've like tried them out now, like the ones that were good or whatever people thought were good before PUBG Mobile, to me they're complete trash. Like I would never spend my time playing those games. Like
Cheeks.
they're just nowhere near as good looking, as fun, as smooth as PUBG Mobile has been. Even with all the bugs that come with PUBG Mobile, still better than all the bugs
Dang.
like than all the bugs and stuff that come with all these other games. Like PUBG Mobile has really excelled, and they're taking mobile gaming to the next level, which is what all the mobile players need. We needed that.
Ugh. Let them know.
Yeah.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Angry saying every other FPS shooter mobile game right now is cheeks.
All the other ones I played, okay? All the ones I played, alright?
Yeah, weren't you playing that one like Fortnite ripoff like months ago?
Oh yeah, Creative Destruction. Hey, that game went kind of hard. That game went kind of hard. It was fun. That game was fun. That game was fun. I'm not gonna lie. That game was fun. It still had it was not as smooth as PUBG Mobile though. Like, but it was still fun for what it was. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, dude. It's just crazy that I see everything that Tencent is backing pretty much just seems to flourish, dude. You know?
Oh, that's because they got billions of dollars, man.
Yeah, they're freaking rich.
Like what 500 billion? It's crazy, dude, you know? But obviously like the way they adapt, they have a team that obviously knows how to make money, man, you know?
Oh,
They're
yeah.
not that rich for no reason. They're definitely putting in the work. I mean, I still can't jump through a thin window, but they got some people in there that know what they're doing for sure, you know? Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm telling you, they got one troll developer in that whole entire staff. If they can just pin that guy out and make the difference, the game will be perfect. You know, like the guy who developed the estimated wait time to get in a game. You know,
Yep. It's never
You know?
accurate.
it's never there, dude.
It's never.
There. It's never there. It says 36 seconds. I'm like, no, it's not. You know,
It's gonna be 2
it's
minutes.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
At least, right?
At
Come
least.
on, man. You know, like talk to me, bro. I mean, I wish I could go. Oh man, I'm gonna be on my PC in like a few minutes, and I want to show you guys just some of the bugs that I've caught, like the desync and stuff, like from the tournament. And yesterday's games were probably the most buggy I've ever seen, dude, for myself. You know, I was just getting the most. I was getting literally frustrated, dude. You could even see it on stream. I was like, what is going on, dude? Like, we raided a house we got in and through the U.S. and he kind of Suzuki kind of hit it at an angle, right? But I had plenty of room to get out. You know, it literally took like I jumped out and it jumped me out on the other side of the vehicle and trapped me where I couldn't move left or right or nothing.
Bruh.
Like it was so bad, and then I just got killed. And I just like put my head down. I was like, dude, this game, what is going on, dude? And then in the tournament, the Wicked tournament, Sega got killed by one of the most ridiculous desyncs I've ever seen. It was that bad.
All right, I'm gonna head out for some food with my girl. I'll be back later if this thing is still going on. But I might just be on my phone listening on the podcast. I might chime in here and there.
Okay, we'll make fun of you. Sounds good.
Flash out.
Zute with the tactical break, dude. That's what I'm talking about. You get that, Grub Zute.
All right, man.
You get
I'll be on the
What are you
phone.
gonna eat though? Tell the people. Tell the
What am
people.
I eating? What are we eating?
What are you
babe?
eating, dude? The people want to know.
The people want to know.
Speak up, they can't hear.
Sandwiches.
Sandwiches.
Oh, dude, sandwiches.
Sandwiches.
Going hard in the paint, dude, with the sandwiches. There you go. Well, bro, you tear up that bologna and cheese, bro. You tear it up.
Yeah,
Dude,
Kaboom, for sure. Yeah, large orders do need to come in here to make this game, you know, flourish completely like it needs, like it really, like we know it can. You know, they just need to come
Oh
in
yeah,
here.
dude.
and-
I think it'll definitely start giving that, that validation that a lot of orgs have been waiting for. It just kind of really took one to kind of just pull the trigger,
Yeah.
And then I think from there everyone's gonna start being like, oh, what's going on over here,
Yeah.
Give me
So
one
people
second,
are
guys.
asking what how do we feel about the new
Moving on
Call
to
of
the
Duty
right.
mobile? Right, the man straight to the drive-thru.
I haven't seen it.
I've heard the Call of Duty mobile game is going to be made by Tencent as well, which means
is,
it's
yeah.
only it can only be promised like it's going to be promising, like it can only be good. Like it's not gonna.
I think it's from what I've seen in screenshots and videos, it seems like it's just a 5v5. It's not a battle royale.
Oh really? Well, that'll be
Yeah,
that'll
it
be
looks more like
interesting.
C-Ops.
So it'll be like maybe like a smoother COPS, because in in Call of Duty like Black Ops 4 they have a game mode called something, but it's literally like Critical Ops, but like CS:GO. Like
Yeah.
it's the same exact concept. You
Everything
start off
that
with a
I've
certain amount of
seen
money.
from the new COD. Yeah.
So that
Everything
game.
I've seen from the new COD is just C-Ops, pretty much.
So I mean, it'll be cool, but Battle Royale is my favorite game genre since it came out. So I'm still gonna be playing a lot of PUBG Mobile. You know, probably more than I'll be playing the Call of Duty. But I think the Call of Duty will be cool. The Call of Duty is probably gonna be more tailoring to those players who made their names or spent their time playing COPS. They're probably gonna enjoy the Call of Duty more than someone like me who enjoys the Battle Royale.
Well, I know that Call of Duty, like the new one, has a battle royale, right?
Yeah, on console and PC.
It
Yeah.
does on mobile though. And we got
Mhm.
Kaboom in here now.
Yep, Kaboom.
Oh, we got Kaboom TV.
Hello,
Kaboom,
ladies.
Fuzzy. Oh, Kaboom's in the chat. Oh, what's good?
What's up, Kaboom?
Hey.
Ooh.
So also there's another question from Crest. He says, looking at Twitch, PUBG Mobile has 1,000 viewers. PUBG has 25,000 and Fortnite has 217,000. With tens of millions of PUBG Mobile players and only 1,000 views, what are your thoughts?
Mhm.
I mean,
Well, I think I know exactly what that is. Hold on. Oh, there you go. Sorry. So, in all honesty, I think the big difference is mobile gamers aren't really going to Twitch to look at players right now. I think that's what the big difference is. If you look at, for example, just take Rolex for example. When he goes and he streams on Twitch, he gets about about 250 viewers.
yeah.
Yeah.
But when he streams on YouTube, he gets like at least 1,200.
So
So I think I I just think it's the culture right now, where mobile. You know, first of all, this is the first really mobile game that people are looking at seriously.
It ties back to what I was saying earlier about the market overseas. Like, hold on, that's my girlfriend's car. The market overseas, like, it's not gonna be the reason why these big NA esports orgs would ideally want to jump into PUBG Mobile is not to expand their market in North America, but like overseas. I don't know if you guys have seen this guy named Dynamo Gaming, but he's a
No.
Indian YouTube streamer, and he gets like 30,000 views on YouTube.
Oh,
So
wow.
Yeah.
it just ties back to like swinging the viewer base, everything overseas, and the platforms overseas, like YouTube, and who knows what else.
Yeah.
How many
And
viewers
if
people
she,
are getting on PUBG Mobile outside of Twitch, man?
it's the same thing. It's the same thing on PC PUBG. To be honest, the game itself is dominated by the Asian market, and the only time you see a huge influx of numbers is when the tournament's happening. Because when it comes down to the brass tacks, esports dominates Twitch in general. So the big numbers do come out in PUBG Mobile, but they come out when there's a well-produced broadcasted tournament like the Star Challenge. We peaked at 68,000 viewers during that tournament on Twitch alone.
Yeah.
Insane nation, dude.
I also have another
crazy, dude.
look, like another way to look at the reason why PUBG Mobile doesn't have as many viewers as like the PC guys, because Xbox streamers do not get many viewers either. But the thing is, like, what I'm like thinking is, not many people have. I mean, a lot of people have like PCs and whatnot, but the majority, there's just way more people that have mobile devices. But at the same time, the people that are watching those PC streamers, a lot of them, like, either they wish they could be them and wish they could play on PC like them, or they don't have a PC and they can't even play, so they're watching them. Also, they've built up personalities, but at the same time, like, people like us, we're streaming, playing PUBG Mobile. Well, they can either watch us stream, or they can play the game themselves on their phone. Like, I don't know. I just feel like there's so many more people that just have a phone, and they'll play the game instead of watching the stream. Because, like, a lot of times people will come into the stream and they'll be like, okay, I'll be back, I'm gonna go play a match, and then they'll leave and go play. But because they're doing all of it on their device, on their phone. But also, like, the whole Asian market and the Twitch thing, like, someone in the chat was like, Twitch isn't even like really a thing outside of NA and like Europe. So
I mean, just look at that. Just look at all the PUBG Mobile streamers right now. Look how many English speaking there are, and how many other languages there are. It's obviously dominated by English, right? But I just think that a lot of mobile gamers that are watching streams are just doing it on YouTube right now more than Twitch.
True, because YouTube does bring in. YouTube has more of an audience for sure. Like, way more of an audience. Like, there's so many people who don't know what Twitch is, but everybody in the world knows what YouTube is. Like, if you don't know what YouTube is, you don't know what the internet is. But, like, it's okay to not know what Twitch is. Like, but
yeah, Asia, and China in particular, they have their own like comparable streaming platform that's like Twitch. I forget what it's called, but it's insane. It's the Asian version of Twitch, and I wouldn't expect people from those regions to choose Twitch over something that has been built in their in their region naturally, anyways.
I think Twitch is also like blocked in China or something, from what I've heard.
There's a lot of politics.
I know, like social media is blocked in China for sure. That's why I'm kind of like interested in seeing. That's why like Omelet Arcade kind of like intrigues me so much, because I mean, seeing a service that's going to be dedicated to mobile streamers, I mean, I can see a lot of potential in it. I mean, I think that it's in the upcoming time, it's only going to get it has a possibility of growing, exponentially for mobile gamers. So I just can't wait to see what happens with them.
Thing is, and then just goes back into what Angry was saying, is that the average person that's playing PUBG Mobile, they're playing PUBG Mobile because they don't have a computer or they don't have an Xbox or something like that. The average person.
Yeah.
And someone like that, I've got one phone. I'm
That's
playing the
me right
game.
there.
I can either play the game or I can watch Twitch. Unless I've got one of these, fancy Note 9s that can do 900 things at once.
Mhm.
So a lot of it is you're not seeing all these viewers because there's 10 million people download the game or whatever, and they're playing the game.
Makes sense. Like me, since I'm kind of on the go. I mean, I play the game a lot, obviously, but when I'm not doing anything or I don't have opportunity to really sit down and play, I'll watch Twitch. So I mean, I'm definitely watching it, but not nearly as much as I'm playing. And I think that it kind of like circumvents down to everybody.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of our viewers are kind of in the same thing. I think you'll see a lot of them that will have a PC up, and they're kind of like watching the stream in the background as they play.
For sure.
Lucky
Yeah.
Bucket.
Lucky Bucket, but Lucky Bucket's doing that at 10.
Bro's got his
Lucky
iPod Touch out in one hand and his.
Oh my gosh, dude! Lucky Bucket's doing that to play against us, dude.
Right.
Hey, Bayo, can you give Drip Sauce permission to join the channel? That's me. I have to go. I'm about to go make some food, but I'm not gonna end the stream or nothing like that.
Smurf exposed.
So
here's a question to discuss about. How much money do you think is going to be in the esports scene for PUBG Mobile next year?
It could be. Who knows, man?
It's got to break a million, right? Like the first one,
Yeah.
600,000.
yeah, you would think it'd break a million. Like,
So I think it's not it can't be discussed as like a concrete thing right now because we're just getting to the point, and this is the big huge thing about orgs like C9 getting involved. We're just hitting the point now where these quote unquote gatekeepers of esports, especially in our region, are joining, and that gives esports in general, like these orgs, the ability to put leverage onto the developers. Hey, this is what we need to see from you in order for us as an organization to feel comfortable being involved in your game.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Right. So it really all depends on how how that leveraging process happens. If the C9s and the TSMs and the Immortals and these big orgs that have made themselves cornerstones of esports are able to get involved and come together and say, hey, we need X, Y, and Z in order for us to feel confident about putting our money into the game. Then it's a big thing.
I think look at Clash Royale is a perfect example. And who owns Clash Royale? Tencent has a huge investment in Supercell. And so Clash Royale, what they did was they gave incentives for these organizations basically to come in and actually create an esports scene for them. So I mean, hell, if you're telling the org, hey, we're going to give you money to come in here and reduce that risk, then it's a no-brainer, right? Not to mention, so all it downs for me, it comes down to literally the esports orgs are just there for validation. The second you start seeing Cloud9 and TSM and all these other orgs there, that's when you know that, hey, this game is an actual competitive game. So, but literally all that lies on Tencent's shoulders.
Exactly, and Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Stupid money with this game right now, dude. Stupid money. So I just feel strongly that I think that they're just using Star Challenge as a case study to figure out what they're gonna do in the future. And if it's gonna, and I mean, dude, with them putting it in Dubai and everything, I mean, they're building it up to be just insane,
Oh yeah.
So after this, I think 2019 is we're gonna see it for sure.
Well, what we need to see. Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna kind of switch up the topic. So if you have more to say, continue.
Just real quick, what we need to see. When I say we, I mean not technically we. orgs need to see from Tencent is a clear outline of their plans for the game in a competitive future. If that happens, then I feel like we're gonna be able to see a lot of these tier 1, tier 2 orgs getting involved with the game, and not just mobile endemic orgs, not just orgs that have built themselves around mobile, but orgs like TSM and C9 don't have a huge investment in the mobile scene.
Yeah. Well, I mean, C9 signed this early. They have a team now. I mean, just seeing them sign this early, I think is just a huge wake up. For sure. Like, just showing what's going to happen. I mean, it's insane. I mean, look at League of Legends, right? League of Legends is still around and still strong. And if you look at why, it's just because they kind of built their game around as being the biggest money game there is,
And
we're just gonna put the most money out, the biggest tournaments, and that has just kept the game alive and well, because people want to make that money.
What I want to see, honestly, the future of esports is in franchising. We saw that with the Overwatch League. We've seen that from the get-go, from titles like League of Legends. Rules of Survival is coming out with a franchising model. Not too many people know about that. But I would love to see Tencent and I would love to see them try to gravitate towards a franchising model for the, because that's 100% protected investment for all of these orgs if there's a franchising model.
Right.
Very interesting, man.
Speaking of franchising, I know Complexity, who's like an traditional esports org. I think they partnered up with the Dallas Cowboys or something. Like they've partnered up with a traditional sports org too.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at this is gonna get big, guys. I think it's gonna be huge. I mean, you're seeing like rappers and everything starting to buy stakes in different kind of esports organizations. They're looking at making this on television, bro. Imagine playing an esports tournament in Dallas in AT&T Stadium where the Dallas Cowboys play.
Yeah.
That's Jesus.
Foreseeable future.
I think these games want to get in that, because you want to be that game that's in there. I think Fortnite stated that in this year they wanted to give away $300 million in total prizes.
It was 100
to esports players.
Right.
They're making so much money. It's just so smart for them to realize that, hey, if we dump it out, we're gonna receive it back, and it's definitely happening without a doubt.
For sure. I don't know. I lost my train of thought.
I have one question.
I don't know, but
though, is how long do you think the battle royale bubble is gonna last?
That's it. That's actually a
good time.
That's one of the biggest questions. Honestly, is how long will the battle royale scene really stay?
I don't think there's gonna be a new game type coming out anytime soon that's gonna take over. Like previously it was MOBAs, right? And then it evolved to battle royale. I just can't imagine a different type of game that would come out that would just take over battle royales. And then with the whole mobile battle royale, we just really got to look at the global market when it comes to mobile, because we've said it countless of times. Mobile is it is what everyone's looking at. PCs are becoming more and more of a thing of the past, especially on a global scale. Yeah, and just in terms of business, outside of games, everyone's looking at mobile apps, how to better integrate mobile into business ventures, all of that stuff. So I think mobile gaming is around just the mobile in general is around to stay, and it's the big focus. So naturally, I would think gaming wise, it's gonna follow the mobile technology, and then mobile's probably got a good life ahead of them, honestly.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think whenever that question comes up, how long will the battle royale genre? I think we have to pretty much ignore how long it's been a genre within like the PC and console realm because it's on mobile. Because so many people have mobile. So many people were just introduced to the battle royale scene because of the mobile game. Like so many people didn't even know what battle royale was until it came out on mobile. Because everyone has almost everyone in the world has a mobile device. Because like when I was younger, like bro, people didn't have phones, and the phones weren't smartphones. Like these phones are becoming computers.
Dude,
They're computers
when you
now.
were younger, bro.
You mean like
Real quick before I go, I gotta go soon.
yesterday.
But something I want to mention before I go. So like a couple months ago, my girlfriend and I we went to like China for a vacation, right? And we toured like south of China all the way up to the north, like Mongolia area. And I would tell like the people we meet, like our tour guide, my aunt, Rena's parents, and whatnot, about like what I'm currently doing, which is playing PUBG Mobile. And literally everyone knew what I was talking about. They call it Chiji, which is eat chicken in China. That's what they call the game. But like we were all the way up North China, like pretty remote area, and our tour guide knew what the game was. So like PUBG in general is just it's like the Fortnite of China, but bigger because China just has more people. And then everyone in China more so has a cell phone rather than a PC, because outside of the U.S., cell phones are like the main technology source that people use. Not everyone has a PC and whatnot, but like just from like South China all the way to North China, everyone knew what the game was. And then I just remember the airport in China. I'm just walking around and I see so many people on their phones playing PUBG. Like no lie. So yeah, market's
Do you think-
huge overseas.
Do you
But
think
yeah,
people
so-
thought Call of Duty would last as long as it did?
No,
True.
absolutely
Probably
not.
not. So
I want to
All right, I'm gonna hop out. I'll see you guys later.
just
Alright.
kind of going back on the.
I don't think genres really die.
No.
Yeah,
Like I think
People-
the chat's
people
kind of
think-
talking about it now.
yeah, but like yeah, I don't
Like
think
maybe
they do.
not
like,
the
yeah.
number one game anymore, but like League of Legends, CS:GO, like stuff like World of Warcraft, even like the really old MMOs. Like it's not like they're not popular. I mean, there's still tons of people playing them, and they're popular and they're streamed and like. So I don't think Battle Royale will ever go away. Especially, I think Battle Royale might be one of the longest lasting in the sense that like people like the whole I guess system of people fighting until like there's one like definite winner, and that person is supposed to be like better than everyone else in the game is like I think that kind of framework is like I don't think that can ever die.
Yeah, it's probably more enticing for people to keep wanting to keep playing
Yeah.
over something like Call of Duty, which gets extremely repetitive. Like extremely repetitive. This game, you'll never have the same match. Like you can, but like no, you in reality like you really pretty much don't have the same game.
The experience is always different.
Exactly.
I think that it's important also to look at when you're talking about the battle royale genre in general. I think it's important to look at it in two different ways. You know, there's a competitive portion of the game, and then there's the casual, the player that just picks it up, plays a couple of matches, puts it down. And I think that battle royale in esports, the most important factor for esports, the currency in esports is branding, right? And that's directly driven by viewership. And I feel like a competitive title with 100 people in the game, with 100 different fan bases, right, and 100 different people following them or trying to figure out what's going on or waiting for the result, drives so much more of a branding opportunity that I think competitive battle royale won't go away because it's such a powerful branding tool for these, when it comes to esports.
Yeah. It won't die.
And if it does, you can catch us all on what Flappy Birds. I mean, run it.
Get us all on Club Penguin.
Yeah.
Sure, you can catch me on Roblox.
Roblox, bro. Is Hot Jukes finally not in the turn lane.
Yeah, he ordered his food. He's done.
He left.
Thing it was clicking like a metronome.
For real.
I'll replace it.
Well, Chad, if y'all have some questions or some some things y'all want to know, just go ahead and start asking. We'll get to answering.
Hot Jukes was not actually in the VC. That was the issue.
I see.
Is the blinker back? I hope it isn't.
Just wonder, ask, is there such a thing as Fortnite mobile esports?
Yeah, I'm friends with a lot of players that play Fortnite. There is esports for it, but it's not like they don't have custom rooms like we do. Like Fortnite, player unless it's like the skirmish that you see, like winter or fall or summer or whatever skirmish, like the huge tournaments that are every weekend and stuff. Outside of that, there's not much they can do because the general public does not have access to custom rooms, and that's what's holding it back, really.
That's Fortnite esports in general, not just on mobile. Because you think about it, like the fall skirmishes and things they're doing, mobile players can play in those. And then and they've done surprisingly well, actually. I think that Fortnite is figuring itself out when it comes to esports right now. And, once they, Epic Games puts down a clear timeline, hey, this is what we want to do. This is the tools that we're going to give you guys to do it. I think then that question could be better answered at that point.
Yeah. There's not a strong community scene like there is in most games. Like, community scene is like the Wicked tournaments, the BCS, the Seven Worlds, the PESL, all of those like community tournaments that are not Tencent sponsored, Star Challenge, PWK, stuff like that. And for Fortnite, that's almost non-existent.
Right.
I think they're missing out on like a big kind of thing there. I think the community tourneys is important.
See, the big problem that they're having to adjust to is the fact that their game was not designed for competitive play. Ever. It wasn't. And people picked it up and said, hey, this is something we can compete in. And now Epic Games is having to adjust to that, they're having to adjust kind of like their game plans. They originally, the plan for Fortnite was a cooperative game when it came out, and there was no BR, and then they dropped BR and everyone loved it, and it was awesome. People are having a blast, and then somebody was like, hey, why not make this competitive? And now Epic Games like, wait, we didn't think about that. How do we do it? And they're slowly, with their fall skirmishes and stuff like that, they're slowly kind of getting into the, hey, we can make this happen. You know what I mean? And they're figuring themselves out.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that Fortnite is the hardest battle royale to cast by far, hands down. There's so much that goes on in a span of 5 seconds in that game that it's literally almost impossible to cast. And that's something they have to work on.
Yeah, fact.
I actually really like that Fortnite doesn't do squads and they do duos instead.
It would be so much mayhem.
Yeah, it makes the craziest fun. It's fun to watch. It probably sucks to play as the duos because there's not consistency at all. And literally anything can go wrong. It's so much luck based. Duos are more entertaining, but like there can't be a dominant team really in duos.
Yeah, it's a different animal.
Yeah, in Phoenix, I don't think COD Mobile will take over. Just based on the fact that we're hearing that it's not even gonna have the battle royale scene in it. So, I mean, it'll be a fun game for people to play. It'll be different. It won't even really be that different though. Like they've already had games like that on mobile, with the 5v5 deal and whatever. So, for that to take over, not likely at all. So, battle royale scene still gonna stay strong. People are loving it. And being Call of Duty being like one of the first games that I really played online and spent countless hours playing, like, and then all of a sudden Battle Royale comes out and now this is my favorite genre. Like, just as a gamer, like, I don't know, the Battle Royale scene. Battle Royale is just it's just amazing with all the different outcomes that can happen and the luck base of it. Like, I mean, I don't know. It almost like, okay, because whenever you play Call of Duty, like, you create a class, you find what guns work, and then that's your gun. That's pretty much the class you're gonna be using the whole time. But you can never like truly have that in the Battle Royale scene because you never know what loot you're gonna get. You never know what the circle is gonna look like. You're never gonna have superior position every time. There's no spawn. There's no like set spawns for people. You can't get spawn trapped or anything. There's no spawn. So I mean, like, it's just a whole different monster, and it'll be forever.
Alright, did you see Fuzzy's question?
Let me see. Question: for new startup teams, what tournament series do you recommend focusing on? I think for startup teams, really the one tournament that I see that's really welcoming for them is Wicked's. Right now, just because they have Division B, Division A, and then they have Pro League, so you can start off in Division B, work your way up into the pro scene. Like, once you make it there, like, your team has pretty much made it. Only if you make it to the pro scene and then you make it to the next season and you're still in the pro series. So I mean, I think that's one of the best tournaments to like build your brand, build your team in right now. I think other tournaments are starting to also do like the other divisions and other things like that, but I think Wicked was like the first to really offer different divisions and not just the same teams playing in the pro league every single time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm back. Sorry, I'm on my setup now, dude. On the PC.
Is his mic staticky for you guys?
I'm on my PC, but my mic sounds worse.
My mic sounds worse? Really?
It's
How's that possible?
staticky.
Hold on.
So weird.
Let me fix it.
Hey, and also chat, tag me with your question, like, at me. That way I can see the bright white letters of my name whenever you are asking a question, so it's just easier for me to to see your question over seeing just random or other comments on what we're saying. Like, I read it all, but yeah, it's easier just to see the questions when you tag me. I have a white box.
Harlem has an interesting question.
How's it sound? Better?
He's basically commenting on the randomness of PUBG. He says, "Do you basically saying, is it fair that worse teams win because, or like a team that's better loses to a team that's, or a more skilled team loses to a team that's less skilled based on random factors like circle or something else?"
So there's as a TO, and that was something that I had to factor in when coming up, right, with the format for my tournament for the BCS. And the way that we combat that is just with more matches. You eliminate RNG by replacing it with consistency.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. So yeah, GS could die to some, to team XYZ because they didn't have guns. But is that going to happen 10 times in a row? I doubt it.
Yeah, but Star Challenge did prove that you cannot get circle 8 times in a row.
Yeah. But with that, it shows that the teams that really deserve to be there are the teams that end up being the most consistent, even if you're not winning first place, because we still ended up, in second place with not getting circle, with having multiple teams, fighting for our same positions, Okay, Hades. um, but yeah. So
Also, Star Challenge proved that you cannot get a car spawn in North George Garage 6 times in a row. It's also
yeah,
possible.
like when does that? When the heck does that happen? Like, how many tournaments have we played? There's a car.
It shows
99%
that
of the
GS
time.
can be half as unlucky as wildcard. You know, not nearly as unlucky, but you know what? Have a little less luck than normal. It's crazy, dude. Absolutely insane, dude. Insane.
I also just wonder, what do I think of the future of PUBG Mobile esports regarding TPP versus FPP? I mean,
You have to fix the servers first.
the competitiveness of FPP is, I think, a lot stronger than it is for third person. Even though, you know, outside of the US, people are playing third person, I still believe, you know, first person is just the more competitive part, because, you know, there's just a lot more skill involved with, you know, not being able to third person peek. You can't look out of a window, you know, and see your enemies running at you, or look around a wall without them seeing you, but you can see them. Like, you have to actually expose yourself to your enemy,
Show yourself.
you know, to be able to get that kill. So that means whoever is getting the kill is most likely, you know, the better player, the more, you know, the quicker person. I mean, it still depends on, you know, what guns you have, who's landing what shots and where. Like, you know, sometimes the other person might, like, not be as good with their recoil control, but at the same time, that might mean that they somehow end up landing more headshots than you, which means you die. But yeah, I think the first person is gonna be. I would hope that it would become like the future. I mean, obviously in the Star Challenge we are playing more third person games, but I still think FPP should be the way to go, just because it's more competitive.
Yeah. Just to kind of segue out of what he just said, basically, I think that TPP involves a lot. It caters more to the strategist, because, I mean, like you said, you can't third person peek, you know, laying down, putting yourself in the right position. You can really just destroy a lot of people that are coming in late or anything like that. So it definitely caters more to the strategist. FPP is like, it's all about that gun skill, baby. You know, just who's like being faster and being more on top that wise. You're gonna excel in FPP. So, just like Angry said, I think that FPP is by far more entertaining to watch. You know,
I agree.
like, yeah, just seeing like these guys just having to go and hit those crazy flick headshots and everything, because it's just so important. I mean, that's where it's at, baby. You know, that's where you can really, you know, just get hyped off of. You know, when you just see somebody camping in the grass, get up and wipe two people. I mean, sure, but it's kind of hard for me to, like, even as like when I cast some games, to say like, oh, this guy just got owned by these two people. I'm like, no, they just, you know, they were just thinking that nobody was in the grass there, and the guy just stood up and just easily killed them. You know, it doesn't mean, I don't think that guy had more skill. I just think that guy got lucky and got a better position. You know,
I think that.
Yeah. What?
I definitely think that first person is more competitive. However, I don't think that third person will see its way out of competitive play ever, because the developers don't want to segregate their player base.
Yeah,
And that just comes down to numbers. Like, there's a reason why you guys played third person in Star Challenge. There's a reason why PC players, right, who've had this game for way longer than we have. So the reason why PC players are still playing third person in the, you know, the Blue Hole sponsored, you know, tournaments. It's because it's about numbers for them. They don't want a player that comes in and only likes to play third person. In their mind, oh, I'll never be able to get competitive because I don't like first person. Like, they want to avoid those kinds of situations.
Yeah.
That's why I think you guys need to play both, because I think you're going to be playing both.
Yeah. So
I think NA should just switch to third.
I mean, yeah, in reality, NA probably definitely should switch to third, just based off the fact that every other region is playing third.
That's what I'm playing more than anything these days. Like,
if we switch to third person, there wouldn't even be FPP. Like, we would all be one mode. It'll never be one mode played if we're playing FPP. And if we just only play third person, then no tournament will ever be first again, and we don't have to practice too much or even think about change strategies.
Version, right? It's basically both, right? Like you can switch perspectives in the middle of the game in the Chinese version of the game, right?
Yeah, that would be great. If it just the tournaments were always allowed you to switch perspective, and like that was just how the game was.
Yeah,
if you run into a house,
third,
switch to
you hit
third.
the button and you go first. You know.
Yeah. See, now that would be game changing for the global version if we were given the ability to change to first person while playing third. Then everyone would be playing third person again. I mean, a lot of people would be playing third person again just because now you have the option to do both. I mean, it's really nice to be able to go first person within a building. Probably be able to land more shots because the person's you can just see them better. Yeah, it's just but it sucks that we don't have that option. So we either, if you want to play first, you have to play first. If you want to play third, you have to play third, and there's no in between.
Dude, my problem is just the dang servers, dude. Like first person pisses me off, bro. I'm not even gonna hide it or even pretend like it doesn't, dude. I have so much issues when it comes to first person as far as like smoothness, frame drops, desync. I see way more issues right now in first than nearly in third. And I don't know if it's the same for you guys or if it's just me, but oh my gosh, I can't even get close to first person without having half the issues that I have when it comes to third.
Yeah, no, I feel that too.
Especially in customs, dude. I mean, I've been doing like hot drop customs on my stream, and first person's just unplayable. Like I go to first and it's unplayable. Third, you can actually like maybe you still get some server issues, but like after a couple seconds the game's playable. But in first, I just feel like you're just like, oh my gosh, so bad the whole entire time. Yeah, and I don't know if it's like has to do with servers or the fact that they just haven't worked on optimization for different devices on FPP. But either way, man, I really wish that could get fixed.
I think it honestly, I think it has to do with the way that the engine works, and how things are rendered in first person versus how things are rendered in third person. You have a wider, obviously you've got a wider field of view, and I feel like the game. This is obviously just speculation, but I feel like the game renders things as they come to you, and more is rendered. More things are rendered earlier in third person, so it gives you an overall smoother experience. Whereas in first person, when you crash into a building and you're like, oh my god, what's happening? As everything starts to render in. But that's obviously just me speculating.
It's possible. I mean, there's so many different things. I mean, with the optimization of devices too. I've just noticed, like, I think even PB was telling me that he had bought that iPhone, XS right when it came out, and that it was so hard for him to play on it. Like, he had to switch back to his old iPhone because the game just wasn't optimized yet for, that device. So, I don't know. I hope they can knock that out because that'd be great. That would really be great.
Yeah. Phoenix asked a weird question, basically, like, how do y'all feel any type of way about people like putting random letters in their name, claiming they're pro players? Like, cause in me personally, I mean, they can put these fancy letters and fancy clan tags in front of their names and claim to be a pro, but if they're not in pro tournaments and if they're not winning tournaments, or you don't necessarily need to be winning tournaments. If you're not in the tournaments and making a name for yourself, then how can you even there's really no reason to be worried about or even notice these teams that are claiming that if they're not even a part of those tournaments. Like, who are you? Like, you can put fancy names all you want, but it doesn't change who your team really is. I mean, so
I mean, I think like what you were saying earlier, I think the biggest way to tell is pretty much from like that Wicked Pro League,
Yeah,
I mean, if you're in that, you're there, and if you're there to stay, we're gonna know who you are, man. You'll definitely get your validation as a pro player. There, you know,
Exactly.
because it's a lot of grinding in order to get there for sure. It's not easy, especially if you can get in there and actually stay. Like, I mean, we can name pretty much all the real heavy hitter pros right off the bat, or we could think that these guys are good and here to stay. I mean, of course, GS, uh, us, some of the other teams. Arcade's really good now. Like all these other teams we know for a fact are like, hey, these are there, and we're gonna have those ones that are gonna come in. Like, as a matter of fact, I mean, I remember kind of like talking to Wicked, and we had a team that went through Division B, Division A, came to the Pro League, and just got demolished, dude. Like just like shredded to the point to where they just quit like after 2 weeks. So like you're gonna have those people happen because I mean honestly, Division A. I mean I've been looking at Division A, and there are some up and coming teams like exist. Some of those other ones that are like we all consider to be pros, but they just haven't formed a team yet. So it's cool to see some of those guys come up and get more competitive. Like Division A now, as opposed to like a couple seasons ago, is totally different. But man, I can't wait to see like all the new teams that are gonna come, especially after Star Challenge, and all the new players are gonna come in and do it. But I mean, that's pretty much a good telling sign to tell who's here to stay.
Yeah.
And when if you go back to like the classic, like the traditional definition of it, the only pro players in the game are the people that are signed to contract with Org.
Oh yeah.
If you want to get down to like what it actually means to be a professional player, like
I mean, if you're paid to play video games, right?
Yeah, that's what the definition of professional is.
Yeah.
You're right.
Kentrix just asked, or he asked, what's game sense to me? He said, and he said excluding playing a lot. So basically, I mean, game sense to me, and like my definition of game sense, or even I'll just give like some examples, is basically, or it's pretty much. I mean, it has to do with playing the game a lot, but what it really has to do with is knowing or having an idea of what the other player is going to do and when they're going to do it and how they're going to do it. When they're going to peek, if they're going to peek the same spot, re-peek if they're not. I mean, like, and also whenever you're shooting through smokes, like you have, if you're the one getting shot at through the smoke, you know how you're going to want to move and not get hit by the smoke. So then when you're shooting through smokes, you have to use your own game sense to be like, all right, this is how they're probably going to, go through this smoke. So I'm going to shoot here, and I'm going to spin my bullets in this spot and not on the other side or whatever. Or if they're, peeking at a tree, if you figure out who the person is and they like to peek the same, they like to re-peek, they're not going to switch sides, then what? Then you just hard peek the same side, and you can switch sides, and then they're going to keep peeking the same side. So I mean, game sense like that, game sense in knowing that if you're in a building, if you're in a location where a grenade can come through or a Molotov can come through, and you got a team rushing you, move. Like you have to have that kind of game sense. That's pretty much what I my take on what game sense is.
Game sense is a roaming equation. It's the ability to take information A, B, C, and D, right? And in your mind, make a decision based off of that information. That's literally that's what game sense is. Being able to make an educated decision based off of all the information in front of you.
Yeah.
You know what? How about this? Hey, I really want to show something. Hey, Gank, are you on Angry? Are you on OBS?
Yeah.
Do you have a screen to show your desktop?
I can try.
About to leak news.
It doesn't like for some reason my OBS does not like me doing that. It does not allow
incoming Weeb background.
No, dude, incoming weed packer. Oh my gosh, dude. No, because I would love to show you, dude, a video from one of the games I played in the 7WG tournament to show you what game sense is, dude. Like, I have like the perfect vid because I literally call like every single thing that's about to happen, and it's in a bad way because one involves bad game sense for me going in because I didn't have my full squad. I had Kinski's on the team rather than Seagut, you know. And Seaguts is one of our up close players, and I didn't take into account that Kinski's is obviously more of a mid range player, and she's excellent at mid range, you know. But up close, she's not nearly as proficient as Seagut is. So me as an IGL, I should have had that sense to instantly know that, hey, you know what? I have this player on my team instead of this. I can't do the same strategies, you know. Unfortunately, I didn't do that, so I rushed a team when we normally would have rushed them and just had that, right? But it's kind of funny because like she kind of runs away, and the second I see where she ran to, I instantly like put my hand on my head. I'm just like, oh, like because I know she's gonna die like within the next few seconds, you know. And while she's running, I literally like you get the game sense of where you know what's gonna happen, you know. And I literally say shot. I say shot in the back, like right now, you know. I say shot in the back, and like a half a second later, she just gets shot instantly in the back, you know?
Yeah.
But dude, it's like you just literally, like you said, it's a sense, like you know what's gonna happen in the game. Like when I hear shots and I look at the kill feed towards the end of the circle, I will know where every single team is on the map. You know, like I'll have a pretty good idea that okay, GS is over here, Lights Out over here, we got this team over here, you know. And I'll even get to the point to where I'll know which team is fighting which, you know. As soon as I hear shots in the direction, I'll be like, these are fighting this guy, we gotta go now, you know.
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of thing you get. Just, and as corny as it sounds, it's the truth, man. It's just like the more you play the game and the more you study the game, you'll just kind of get a hold of it. But that's really the only way to get it, you know. There's no other thing. But besides, watching our vids and watching our Twitch, but you got to really think that, hey, you know what? He made this move here. Why is that? And you got to do it. I mean, I record every single game of mine now, and anytime we mess up or even do something right, I always rewatch the VOD from my perspective and try to go through my own head of thinking why I made this decision and why I didn't make the right one, you know? And then once I figure that out, I'm like, oh, okay. So then when it comes to a situation like that in the future, I can predict it and we can make the right decision the next time. But it's learning, man, just like you would learn anything else. Learn from experience. Sometimes sometimes you gotta get clapped in order to learn. Pay to learn, baby.
Exactly. One of the things that I always said, like, regarding like my success within this game was the fact that I played PUBG on my Xbox before the game came out on mobile, and I went through so many trials and errors in this game figuring out, what works and what doesn't work. And I died so many times on console before, I finally like figured out exactly what needed to be done to give myself the greater chance to win. So then when I came on to mobile, most of these mobile guys that were, in season 1 at the very beginning hadn't played this game before, so they didn't know what to do, where to go, but I did. So I had the, I had the upper advantage in that, in knowing, exactly how to play this game.
Did you play on console during the first season?
Not really. Like once the game came out
So
on
you
mobile,
you weren't a part of the vehicle meta.
Oh wait, you talking
on
about first
console?
season like of console? I thought you meant like was I playing console
Yeah.
while first season of mobile?
No.
was
I'm
out?
talking about first season of console.
Oh yeah. Oh dude,
Oh my
I see.
God, that was
I
so
seen it
bad.
all. I seen it all on console. Though I seen it all.
And then they updated vehicle damage, so when you got hit by a car, it literally just pushed you back 50 feet instead of killing you.
Yep.
That's not the way to fix it.
Not at all. Dude, there were so many issues with the console.
That's
So many changes that were made that brought more issues. It would get rid of one issue, bring another issue. There was a time whenever whenever you were in a vehicle, you used to take so much damage from hitting something.
That's how another way they tried to fix.
And it was like, whoa, we're dying because we're
Hitting
hitting a rock or hitting something in the game, like something in the field that we shouldn't be hitting. That's like pretty much invisible. That is, like it's like a flaw in the code of the like the ground. And there's just like an invisible like little like ramp sticking up, and you freaking hit it, and you lose half your health. Like,
just a pissed off piece of grass, bro.
Yeah.
Boom, is BCS today for us?
Yes.
Okay.
That being said, I do gotta bounce out. I've got to dry run production real quick. Thank you guys for having me on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, come on.
See you guys.
Appreciate it. Nice talking.
See ya.
Yep.
I'm so tired right now.
Bro, I've been yawning the whole time.
Bro,
So
I am exhausted, bro. Like I've been done.
I'm really like falling asleep. Like I was just the reason I haven't been talking is I've literally just been laying there with my eyes closed.
Oh, so what's up with Crew Challenge, bro? Dude, we scuffed it, bro. We scuffed it completely. We haven't played one game, dude.
Dude, that's terrible. Yeah, like
It's so fun, dude. It's so fun.
It's so much fun,
Dude,
dog.
I wish I can do it, bro. We just literally, I can't get the whole team on. It's like always someone's working or something's going on, and I cannot get the whole team on to save my life, bro.
Feels bad, man.
Feels bad indeed. I'm all ready to go. I'm like, let's do this, man. Let's go. I'm ready to win. You guys ready to win? And then everyone's just like, oh, I got work, or I can't do this, or I'll be on in 2 hours, and they don't come out. I'm like, all right, well, let me just go cry.
Right.
Be back.
Chat is saying they want to hear from you, Bayo, what you think game sense is. I mean, there's not really too much else to explain, but they want to know your take on it.
On what?
On game sense.
Game sense? I think I was gonna say something and you said exactly what I was gonna say. I was gonna say game sense is understanding how the other players are thinking, what they're gonna do.
Yeah, I mean
that was what I was, and then you said I was gonna say it, and then you said the exact same thing. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to sleep.
He's like, all right, I'm dead. I'm going to sleep. Yeah, dude, you know I was on the roof, so that's game sense. You got to know. He's gonna be up there. So when you're in Pachinki, don't only look in house. Don't stay ground level, bro. Like whenever you're looking around, you gotta look up. You gotta look up. Just gotta know that.
You gotta know that, dude. Because if you don't, you dead, dude.
Splinter said basically Angry is saying he learned circle hacks from Xbox. And also Dodge on YouTube was like, what is your opinion on Carnage saying Ever Fury has circle hack? Bro, we think it's hilarious. What an excuse to losing.
I wish that was the case, bro. So we can finally make an explanation for how much circle luck these guys have, dude.
Bro, literally
they get blessed. They get blessed by the circle like almost every game, guys. Like it's unbelievable.
Bro,
dude.
last game of the tournament yesterday, the circle went on lights out like so well. It looked like they had circle hacks, bro. It just happens. It just happens that way. Like there's nothing.
But it just never happens to us. That's just it.
Cause y'all don't put yourselves in that prime position.
Bro, I'll be dead center, bro. Like ready to go.
Dead center is not always the way to go.
The problem you're going dead center of like the second circle.
Yeah,
No,
like
I'm talking about like second to last, where I'm like, okay, the circle, we're at least in it, or in the corner, and somehow it just goes to like the little corner where y'all are like in one little, and I'm just like, are you freaking kidding me, dude? Like it's unbelievable. Like I mean, sure, everybody gets blessed by the circle eventually, and we do sometimes, you know. But it's just sometimes I'm just like, what the hell, dude? Like, how did they get circled?
we think the same thing all the time.
Yeah, I know.
We're
It's
just like what the?
I'm like, gosh.
How did the circle move that way? Why is it on them right there? Like,
Why? Yeah,
what
yeah,
is this
yeah,
circle? I say that a
You
lot.
look like
Like,
the
what is this circle, dude?
Dude, I just wish the Samsung could lock the Asian shit.
Can I show you how to download circle hacks? Carnage knows the way. That's Carnage.
Carnage was the way.
How did you guys decide to pick up Zute for Star Challenge? Was he your first choice?
He He was the only person we asked, so I guess he had first choice.
Here you go.
Good news.
We needed somebody, and he offered. And I don't think it could have been anyone better. He already played on the Note 9, or was like gonna play on the Note 9.
The man knows, dude.
And we asked Bayo for rotation tricks to explain to us. Y'all need to study.
This is top secret information.
Yeah, like if we, you know,
Yeah,
we give away our.
This is
Explain.
protected by the FBI.
Yeah, can
Yeah,
you please
dude.
explain GS's rotations and why they're so efficient at them, please, in detail? Hold on. Let me just pull up my notepad. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Negative over.
Go ahead.
This is where I leave the call because I'm tired.
Can you please explain to me like what the rotations from Everfury are like in complete detail, dude? You know, since him
Are
being the you know, the softest one, please explain. You know?
The softest one.
He's got some very soft rotation.
Oh, okay, that's good to hear. Good to hear. You know?
Reaper, I'm not sure who the Green Ranger is, dog.
I know who.
That's exactly what the Green Ranger would say.
Yeah.
What?
Oh,
I mean, I've seen him in
is
chat. He
that
killed me one
correct?
time. He killed me in a game one time in Fuzzies.
Oh my gosh, dude.
But
I'm
not-
trying to do sensitivities. I put my 4x to like 140. It's impossible, dude.
Oh no, dude.
It's impossible, bro.
Yeah, no, that won't ever work. You can get that down. Wait.
Oh, dude, because I'm trying to think like what would be crazy for recoil control. You know, obviously like a faster sensitivity would be easier to control recoil. What? Oh my gosh, dude, this thing's like if I even move my finger half away, it's like almost going
Like,
completely sideways.
Gone.
Oh, dude, it's like I'm talking about like that. My thumb rolls like an inch, dude. It's like crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have hard pass. We're gonna go back.
Yeah. When I
What's
did,
your what's y'all sensitivity like? It's just default or what?
mine's default medium.
Same.
Default medium, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting.
What other games have I played or do I play on mobile? Angry and Beowulf? Well, Beowulf played Vainglory and Critical Ops, to my knowledge. I'm not sure what other games he dabbled in. But I personally did not play any other like, competitive mobile games before this. Did you play any other ones besides that, Beo? Did he leave? Oh, he's there.
Not really. I've played pretty much every mobile game that's been popular.
I played Clash Royale.
Clash Royale?
Yeah, Clash Royale was lit.
Played a little bit of that.
I wish that you.
I was whatever the highest rank when it came out, like so like Legend or something.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah,
I
I
used
got
to-
to like 4,800.
See, I played when like the highest was like in the 3,000s. I
Dude, I started playing when like everybody had like $15,000 decks, bro.
yeah, exactly.
Like it was literally pay to win that game. It still is, you know, but it's gotten better from what I've heard. But I don't play it because it's dead.
It's probably one of the best mobile esports right now. Or the healthiest mobile esport.
But it's dead, dude.
Is dead to you.
It's dead to me.
It's dead.
It's dead, dude. It ain't no PUBG Mobile, bro. To me, it ain't no PUBG Mobile.
I play Call of Duty
Good idea.
Mobile? Yeah. I will.
Dude, we'll all play Call of Duty Mobile, bro. I can't wait to see the same like exact teams and players.
I know, right?
Like just
The community is gonna be,
demolish like
gonna be
every
lit.
FPS shooter, dude.
But at the same
Well,
time, it's gonna be a lot of
There's
critical
gonna be a
ops
ton of
players.
COPS teams.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to
so-
hear this. I got a question for you guys, dude. Angry, if you were to say you were closest to one particular PC FPS shooter streamer, which one would you be? Bale Ladry.
I would say
because he wants to hear this too.
if I were to compare myself or say who am I the closest to on a PC streamer, is I would say I would like to say Dr. Disrespect, but at the same time I don't have that crazy personality that he has. but just in like, you know, playing the game, and also, you know, having those crazy moments, and you know, relating to my viewers. Like, I don't know. I think that's what I would say. Either him or like Justin or something like that.
Justin?
Yeah, or Chaco. Not Chaco, actually. I rage more than Chaco does. Chaco doesn't rage like ever.
Dude, Chaco Bayo?
Dude, Bale Shroud, but
Nice try, dude.
Bale Shroud, bro. Bale does not ever freak out. Shroud doesn't freak out.
Yeah, Shroud does not freak out.
I freak out. A lot of the reason why I freak out is because my name is Angry, and I feel like, you know, if I didn't get angry at the game, like, I would need to change my name. I mean,
I freak out to be funny. That's about it.
Yeah.
Like when some stupid shit happens, I'm like,
You know, that's crazy
do it
how
till
much
like
staying calm like gets you so far in this game. You know?
Yeah, like, you have to stay cool headed. Like, no matter how like the situation goes and how angry I may seem, like, at the end, like, I still have to keep my cool. You know.
You gotta do it for the team too, man.
Yeah, exactly. Because if you're sitting there, if you die and you keep complaining, you're sitting there complaining while your team is trying to play. Like, your team is gonna start doing, you know, they're just not gonna perform at the same level as they would if everything was calm, cool, and collected. Because you're sitting there raging and, you know, complaining over and over. Like, they'd be like, "Dude, shut up!" Like, and if I ever go on a rant, like, my team can tell me to shut up, and I'll shut up. Like,
I tell you to shut up.
I know, because I complain. I get angry. But at the same time, I really do get angry. Like, the game makes me angry. Things make me angry within the game. Like, I'm just a really competitive player, so, you know, when things don't go my way, I'll get angry. That's, you know, a big reason why my name is Angry. Because I'm really competitive, and, you know, I'm gonna get angry. But at the same time, you gotta stay cool. Gotta stay cool.
You gotta stay cool, calm, collected, ready to go.
Y'all always ask to name, like, who are the top players or who's up and coming. Like, do you know how many players are in this game? That's a.
You can't say ever like player. You would say the best this, the best that. That's the best way to do
Yeah,
it.
yeah, you have to. Yeah.
Yeah, like the best IGL obviously is Bayo. You know, most consistent. I mean, just the most winningest. You know.
Most winningest IGL in PUBG Mobile history.
Most winningest IGL. Yeah, it's Bayo. Yeah. So I mean, right now he's the one that's pretty much dominating that space. Who do you think's the best? Okay, best mid-range shooter with an AR? Probably Sam, maybe.
Bayo. Every time for everything. Okay.
I just think Sam is one of the best long range shooters. When you're fighting him at a distance, it's not very easy.
Yeah, the cutest one, definitely Pyro.
He has that. He has a super fast trigger finger, and he has incredible recoil control. So you put a mini with the 8 times or 6 times in his hand, and you try to fight him at distance. It's gonna be really tough.
Yeah,
unless you have a VSS.
With the 4 times and M4 is ridiculous, dude.
Yeah. Especially before this last update, like before they changed anything with the recoil, like the M4 in his hands, dog, with it 4 times.
Oh my gosh,
it was
he was
nutty.
The most deadly person.
It was
Dude,
scary.
that guy from 300 meters would just wipe you, like, and you hit every bullet. Like, it's crazy.
It was really scary.
Yeah, it's something that I'm working on, you know, because I think it's an important part of the game. But right now I'm in the training room right now, just 4 times M4, like trying to get it down.
I
just
love
a
you
little
too.
bit more down pat. What do you think? How about this, Angry? What do you think that you're the best at in the game? Do you think there's something in particular that nobody else can come close to you?
I mean, I don't think there's really anything in particular that no one can come close to me at, or like I don't really think I'm really. But I mean, I think when I play the game, like when I actually am trying to play the game, like like seriously, I make really great decisions. I think most of the time. I handle myself really well within like the close quarter fights. My mistakes that I make are extremely low during those. And recently, bruh, my mid to long range, like with that VSS dude, insane. So like,
So you're a VSS guy, huh?
yeah, VSS God. Feel me? I'm coming for that. Coming for that title.
Everybody, let me see your Kodo emotes in the chat. I want to see the Kodos in the chat.
Rolex is making me one. I'm getting a Rolex.
Oh my gosh, dude!
With my face.
Has me dead, though.
Oh my
Dude.
gosh.
Have you seen the Sam one?
I seen the Kato one.
I'm posting. Do you have the chat?
I have the chat open. Yeah, post that.
Let me see. I need to like Rolex will make me sub to his channel just for that, dude. Straight up. No, you're kidding.
All right, you ready?
Look, let's just put
There's
the
Kodos.
Kodo one. Kodo. Oh no way! What?
Oh, I'm gonna sub to him right now, bro.
Sam one's.
He's got the Sam one.
Oh,
I'm getting one now.
I'm gonna sub him just for that, dude.
Oh my gosh. What's up, Six? Sam's in the
subbing
chat.
Rolex
He
just
said.
for the emotes.
Like he's been lurking. Oh, Amos is in here too.
Oh my gosh, dude, he got me, bro. He got me. Just
Xylo,
for the freaking emote, dude. Freaking Rolex, dude.
Sam's actually in the chat saying what the fuck.
Wait, Swinner, did you change your name back to Xylophone? Like just now? But
What? The Sam emote, dude, has me dead. Oh.
There's an
Dude,
emote that it's
dude.
copying. I'll send.
Oh, dude.
I don't know if it's a BTTV emote or.
yeah, Mortal, definitely. I switch my guns, whenever the meta changes, or whenever it might not even be the like meta changing. It just might be me experimenting with other weapons and realizing that
that's
one
the
weapon's
emote
better than the
it's
other.
copying.
Oh.
Let me
I'm
see.
done.
Hold on, let me go real quick. I'm gonna go back to the angle. Go ahead. Show me the emote. Show it to me.
Hold on, I gotta click it again. There.
Oh my gosh, dude. Dude, I don't know, dude. Sam's has me dead, bro.
Yeah, Sam's is hilarious.
Dude, the freaking so Asian, dude. He's just so Asian. I love it. Dude.
Such a cutie patootie, dude.
Oh, okay, buddy. Let's ask a question, dude. Who's the
Nilo.
best sniper, dude? Who's the best sniper in the game, bro? Who is he?
Dude, you already know
Talk
it's
to me,
me,
dude.
bro.
Talk to me, dude. Nah, dude.
Hotchix wants to hear his own name.
I
That's
know,
why.
Hotchix wants to
Oh, on
hear
it, bro.
I mean, have you beat Fury in a sniper battle?
Yeah.
Do you beat him more
I'm
often
like
than
the
he beats
only
you?
one that every time, dude. Before Everfury. I love
Rip.
it to death. Bro. Every time I look at Everfury, I'm like, Everfury, he's just like, God damn. She's
What's the favorite meal that my mom makes? Lasagna. Honestly, I can say that immediately.
Ooh, dude.
She makes the best homemade lasagna, bro.
Really?
Yeah. No restaurant has ever come close to how good her lasagna is. We went to an Italian restaurant like in I don't know, somewhere, dog. It was like it was like, bro, the people there were speaking Italian, like they barely understood English,
oh
dog.
my God.
And hers was
Oh,
better.
I know that restaurant. Are you talking about Olive Garden?
Yeah, Olive Garden. No, dude.
Holy snap.
Freaking
dude.
Olive Garden, dude.
I've been to an Italian restaurant. Yeah, I've been to Olive Garden too.
Dude, people were talking Italian there, bro. Dude, those were Mexicans, bro. They're speaking Spanish. Chill out, angry.
Bro, these people literally could not understand what we're trying to order food off the menu, and they're like, it's so hard for them to understand us, brother. It's hard for us to understand them, dog. They're straight speaking freaking Italian, dog.
They were all like, como estás? What the hell is that, dude?
No, it's not.
Italian.
Oh.
for-
What is
Speaking
stop
of
making
Italian
Italian,
speakers.
dude? I told you. Just speak Italian.
AZ Gaming, C9 will not be the best PUBG Mobile team just based off of their name alone. Like, they have to prove themselves. What do you mean? Like, Kato and Sam, they lose.
I mean,
The team now lose to us
could
every
all
tournament.
Go over
So,
there
like,
and just get clapped by some random team. I mean, I'm not gonna let that happen, but you never know.
yeah,
You know?
yeah, exactly. You never know.
We're not. I mean,
Mhm.
honestly,
Alright.
like the best of the best are gonna be decided in Dubai. You know.
Yeah. Someone had asked, do you, like, would we like it if we had the same movement speed while leaning as we did if we were just like as regular walking?
That would be so OP.
It would be so
That
OP.
would be broken.
Like, it would be, it would break every.
Yeah,
It would break so much within the game. Like, it would
Dude.
not be ideal for that to be a thing.
Could you imagine, bro? Me like could you imagine strafing and sniping like at that speed?
Dude, you'd
Like-
be
It
unstoppable.
would be really inaccurate. They'd have to make it so inaccurate to straight.
They would have to make
I
it
mean,
so inaccurate. Yeah,
But
but
no, but that's what I'm saying is like you talking about like imagine me running like full speed while leaning and then just pausing, taking the shot, and then keep running. Like that's ridiculous. Like I don't know. Like yeah, forget it. That makes no sense.
yeah, I would
I mean, it would make some pretty insane plays though. Like I'd be cool to see someone like
Juicy.
hit a lean and then like throw a nade like on like beside a wall. That'd be dope, right? That'd be cool.
Yeah.
But no, I think the game.
All right,
The game is pretty.
I think it might be
balanced.
time to call it very.
Yeah, well, we've been streaming for, let me see, about an hour and
UC
40
says
minutes.
best of the best isn't decided in Dubai. Well, I mean, like it's gonna be decided like in the world's eye.
Community-wise,
You know?
yeah, like within.
Well, there's
Yeah,
gonna be a
but-
pro league eventually. Like they announced a.
Well, yeah, but you know,
World
like
Tour.
as far as like blowing up wise, you know, like Dubai's gonna.
Yeah,
Well,
Dubai's
but
gonna,
then
Dubai's
once
gonna
the
make
pro
a
league
name.
comes out, then it'll change everything. You know.
Yeah.
I
Did
mean,
GS
there's a lot
win
of
yesterday's
people out there
tournament?
that are
Yes.
considered the best that they never. I mean, nobody even like hardly knew about us until Dubai. Or not. I mean, not until Dubai, but until Cal.
LA.
I'll never forget, dude, the look on baby Bayo's face, dude. Angry's, dude. My favorite.
Dude, I was
I wish I would have recorded it.
literally
dude.
devastated.
That would have been so.
Could have been a
I'm
meme.
glad that a part of it got recorded though, dude. At least.
A part of it did?
Yeah, it was on the PUBG Mobile official page. Remember when I went, I just said, "Yeah, y'all's faces." I was like, "Y'all just got pranked."
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That
Dude,
was,
Dude, it was a.
that
fun
hurt.
tournament. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was. That
hurt.
Yeah, no, it hurt. It hurt bad, dude. It hurt bad.
He's not
Because
even.
we're like, what were the
It
chances
hurt
of this?
bad.
Like, we literally got stuck on this hill because we have 5 teams pulling up all around us. Like, what are we doing? Like, what is this? And then we had your team gatekeeping us pretty much, and then there's LO just laying down in the grass, like, or wherever they were doing, just chilling. Nobody coming to contest them.
We actually have a room code, so we gotta end the stream.
We have a room code now. Wait, when is this starting?
BCS room.
What is this in like 30 minutes or something?
Yeah.
It starts 6 Eastern. What?
All right, guys.
Dang.
All right.
Well,
Well, all right,
thank
guys. It's
you.
been a fun PPPPPP Pro Player Podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Asking your questions. Sorry we didn't get to all of your questions. And yeah, much appreciated. I don't think the whatchamacallit is streaming at the moment, so I can't really go raid.
Yeah.
them.
Make sure in 30 minutes you go to Kaboom TV on Twitch and you watch the BCS League. We will be playing.
Wait, no,
maybe not
Play
me, but
BCS is
Hot
live
Team.
right now. He literally went live 2 seconds ago as we're saying that.
Oh,
Alright.
there you go.
All right, guys. So we're gonna go raid.
hosting
We're
that.
gonna be raiding Play BCS. Gonna host that, and that is where the games are gonna be played. I guess the match will start in about 30 minutes or so. So probably like 40 minutes. So everybody, be ready. And love you guys so much. You're freaking amazing.
Yep.
So yeah, and look, thank you, Julius, for the shout out
Follow
of
me on
Kaboom TV. Follow that. I'm gonna copy and I'm actually gonna copy this real quick and post this on my YouTube channel. So I don't think he's streaming on YouTube, but you can put that into your browser and watch on Twitch if you want. And yeah, so I'm gonna start this raid. Kaboom TV. There it is. Wait, no, wait, not Kaboom TV. Wait, no. I did the wrong thing. It's Play BCS. It's Play BCS. That is where it's being streamed at. Yeah, just kidding. Whoops, I almost rated the wrong person. It's still gonna be. It's still Kaboom, but like he does it on a different channel, on his Play BCS channel.
Yeah.
So so yeah, let me do exclamation mark shout out for Play BCS and YouTube. I apologize. Okay, I guess I have to. Oh.
Yo, shout out to I'm Ang.